In this video, I'm going to show you how to calculate the area of different shapes. I'll start with the first one, A. Suppose you want to find the area of the shaded part. Definitely the shaded part is a rectangle. We need to have the base and the height. Now, obviously, here the base is 12, but we don't know what the height is. So the first step will be calculating what the height is, and we will apply Pythagoras theorem. Now, since you're finding the shorter side, we are going to subtract. So we'll have x squared is equal to 15 squared minus 12 squared. So x squared will be equal to 225 minus 144. So x squared will be equal to 81, which means that x will be the square root of 81, which will be equal to 9. And that means that that length there, the missing length here, will be 9. The missing width will be 9. So the area of this rectangle will be given by 9 multiplied by 12, which will be equal to 108 meters squared. All right, let's move to B. For B, this is a triangle. The base is 3, the height is 6. So the area will be given by base multiplied by height divided by 2. And let me just write it in short form. A will be equal to base multiplied by height divided by 2. Now, obviously, we can see here that the base is 3, the height is 6, divided by 2, which give you 18 over 2, and that will be 9 centimeter squared. The last shape, we have a triangle as well. So area will be equal to the base times height divided by 2. Now the base here is 17, the height is 5 divided by 2. Now 17 multiplied by 5, that will be 85 divided by 2, which will give you 42.5 centimeters squared. Next, we need to find the area of these shapes as well. Now the shaded part here is a parallelogram. Now the area of a parallelogram is base multiplied by height, which will be 12 multiplied by 10, 120 meters squared. Here, area is equals to base times height. But if you look at this, the base is 30, right? From here to here, it's 30. But we don't know what the height is. So let the height be equal to x. Then we'll have to apply Pythagoras theorem because this length here is 8, but the other end, the slanting height is 17, and the height is x. So we are just going to focus on this triangle here and to try to figure out what the height of this parallelogram is. Anyway, x is the shorter side. So we'll go ahead and say x squared will be equal to 17 squared minus 8 squared. That is the same as 289 minus 64, and that will give you 225. So x will be the square root of 225, which is 15. So the missing length is 15. So the height is 15, the base is 30, which means that the area of this guy will be equal to base times height, which is 30 multiplied by 15, which gives you 450 centimeter squared. Next, we are going to look at how to find the area of these shapes as well. Now, these shapes are trapeziums. Now, what you need to do is to identify what A and B is. If you remember the area for trapezium, A is equals to A plus B divided by 2 multiplied by height, or a half A plus B multiplied by height. So what you need to identify is what A is and B is. Doesn't matter which one A is A and B, and that is height. Now, remember, A and B here are the parallel sides. So you can choose A to be 5, B to be 7, or A as 7, B to be 5. It doesn't matter. Remember, you just add them up. And as well here, we can choose that as our A, that's our B, and this as our height. So, the area of the first shape will be 7 plus 5 divided by 2 multiplied by 6. So that is 12 divided by 2 multiplied by 6, which will give you 36 meters squared. The second shape, area will be given by A plus B. So 11.2 plus 12.8 over 2 multiplied by the height, which is 6. So 11.2 plus 12.8, that's 24. So that will be 24 over 2 multiplied by 6, which is 12 multiplied by 6. That's 72 centimeter squared. Next, we'll look at the area of this shape. Now, this is trapezium, but we have some missing lengths. Let me just drop a line here and drop a line there as well. Now, the length from here to here is 15. The length from here to here is unknown. The length from here to here is unknown. The height of this trapezium is 16, so that is 16, 16. So what I'm going to do is to try and apply Pythagoras theorem to try and find the missing missing lengths. So I'll start with x. X is a shorter side. Remember, this is 90 degrees. That's 90 degrees. So x squared will be equal to 34 squared minus 16 squared, which is 1156 minus 256. That will give me 900. So x will be the square root of 900, which will be 30. And then y squared is the shorter side, so that will be 20 squared minus 16 squared. That will give me 400 minus 256, and 400 minus 2, that will be 144. So y will be the square root of 144, which is 12. So what you're saying here is this length here is this one. X is 30, y is 12. So we can go ahead and try and, by the way, what we have here is a trapezium that looks like this. Hopefully this will um, make it easier for you to see. Um, so basically the height of this trapezium is 16. This length at the top here is 15 from here to here. And the base, if we include the missing length that we've just calculated, 12 plus 15 plus 30, that will give you 57. So we can go ahead and find the area, which will be A plus B, which is 15 plus 57, divided by 2, multiplied by the height, which is 16. And you can go ahead and simplify that bit. So that will be 72 divided by 2 multiplied by 16, which is 36 multiplied by 16, which will give you 576 meters squared. There are many different ways of doing it, but this is just one of the ways that you can use it to work out this question. Next, find the area of the shaded part. Start with A. This is a rectangle. So the area will be equal to length times width, which is just 3x multiplied by x, which will give you 3x squared centimeters squared. The next one, area will be equal to base multiplied by height divided by 2. So that will be x plus 10 multiplied by x divided by 2, which will be x squared plus 10x divided by 2. And this is in centimeters squared. Next, we have a parallelogram. Now, not area of, sorry, that trapezium, area of trapezium is A plus B divided by 2 multiplied by the height. So what we need to identify is what our A is and what B is. It doesn't matter what A and B, so long as they are parallel sides. And this will be our height. Plug them in. So you can say the area will be 5A plus 7A divided by 2 multiplied by the height, which is A plus 2. That will give you 12A multiplied by A plus 2 divided by 2. So that will be 12A squared plus 24A divided by 2. Now this can be written as 12A squared over 2 plus 24A over 2, which will give you 6A squared plus 12A.